The House is set to vote on a motion to expel Congressman George Santos over suspected ethics violations, including fraud. If the resolution is successful, Santos would become the sixth lawmaker in House history to be expelled. But the embattled representative remains defiant.
If I leave, they win. If I leave, the bullies take place. This is bullying. The reality of it is it's all theater. It's theater for the cameras. It's theater for the microphones. It's theater for the American people at the expense of the American people because no real work's getting done.
CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now from Capitol Hill. Scott, Santos doesn't want the bullies to win, but I don't know that that's going to be a powerful defense for him. Is this really the last hurrah? Does the resolution have the votes to expel him?
Oh, the supporters of this legislation, Lana, are brimming with confidence that they have sufficient votes, if not more than sufficient votes, to expel George Santos. It won't come to a vote until tomorrow. Ultimately, that could be a leverage, a point of pressure to put on Santos to resign to try to get him to avert this spectacle tomorrow. But I just spoke with Santos. He said emphatically he's not going to resign. He told me he wants his Republican colleagues to take a tough vote tomorrow instead. And for Republicans, it can be a tough vote, at least for some of them. They have a 5-seat majority, a narrow majority that has bottled up so much, caused so many standoffs here in Congress this year. When Santos is expelled, if that happens, they lose 20% of their margin for error. It'd be down to a 4-seat margin. Things are going to be tight, and some Republicans may have a political price to pay, no matter how they vote tomorrow.
And Scott, I understand you just spoke to the embattled congressman. What did he have to say to you?
In addition to saying he's not going to resign, he also said that he believes this is going to trigger a chain reaction in which members of Congress will be more prone to try to expel each other, to censure each other, to get more visceral and personal with their legislation and with their attacks right there on the House floor. But the Republicans from New York, who have championed this louder than anybody else, tell me they're sick of talking about George Santos. They're sick of being asked about George Santos. They think he needs to go now, and that his case is unique and has been from the start, that it's unlikely to trigger a chain reaction because there's only one George Santos. And the House Democratic leader, Hakeem Jeffries, answering my question today, said that if there are future expulsion bills against other members of Congress, they're not going to get Democratic support, that this is a one-off. This one's different.
That's interesting. It's ironic, the point about a chain reaction when Santos then is trying to boot another member of Congress out. But Scott, if the resolution passes, as is a possibility, a very likely possibility, Santos then would be expelled. But what then would happen to the seat? Because, as you say, there is a very slim Republican majority, and that is a contested seat.
Yeah, and that's one of the few contested seats that actually still exists in congressional maps across America. It's going to be a tough fight no matter what happens with an expulsion or if they simply wait till November 2024 to run for that seat. A special election would be called within the next few months. Hotly contested. Republicans are bullish on their prospects because they'd be running somebody other than George Santos. Democrats have been bullish about their prospects of winning this seat back. Ahead of November, if they had a special election, they'd be similarly optimistic then. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be contested. Both parties will invest in it. But that is putting the cart before the horse. George Santos says he wants to keep this job till the end of his term. We find out tomorrow if that's a possibility.
Scott, real quick, is Santos right? Is this just all a big waste of time? Is Congress actually getting stuff done besides focusing on this circus?
There are enormous things on the to-do list. Aid for Israel, aid for Ukraine, keeping the government open. They all comes due by January. Right now, they've made little progress.
All right, Scott MacFarlane, thank you.